Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Sitting outside enjoying the beautiful day. I wanted to share real quick a quick and quaint little story. A friend of mine told me this story, and it made me start thinking about how dangerous it is to wish evil on others, even if they did evil to you. Seven times 70, right? This friend of mine told me about how she had once dabbled into, and get this, hex magic. I was like, what were you thinking? This friend is not actually a proclaimed Christian, so I'm working on her. I'm trying. And I think she's coming around, because she did admit how wrong it was, and she did admit it shook her to the core so much that she would never do something like that again. But she does believe in good and evil now. I just have to make her understand that good is God. But back to the story. She apparently is very into small dogs. She loves to put together, breeds of small dogs and help them find homes and rehome them. And she has 10 herself, not small dogs like just Chihuahuas, like one Chihuahua, little Shih Tzus, Lhasa Apsos, very cute. And she had given a puppy to someone else that she worked with, and that person she suspected had been stealing money, embezzling money from her business. And I understand how that can be frustrating and anger you. Well, after years of knowing this person, they finally ended the business and had to go out of business, and she was very resentful about that. She blamed a lot of it on her coworker, who she believed embezzled the money. But she still tried to say nothing and tried to let it go. She said after years of the puppy growing up and becoming part of her coworker's family, she got angry to the point where, because the coworker called her and said that they would be going on a vacation to Paris. And she was angry because she knew a lot of that money that was probably embezzled from her business, which ended up putting her out of business, was probably being used on this trip. So to get back at the coworker, she said she actually looked up a hex spell, is what she called it. And she actually got the pieces that she needed for it. Now, I'm not going to name it because I am uncomfortable just thinking about doing something like that, let alone emphasizing what's entailed. So let's just say she went through a lot of trouble to get everything done for this spell, and she had lit candles and performed the spell. And she said it worked. She believed in her heart it worked immediately, because not 30 minutes later, she got a text from her ex-coworker, saying that the puppy that she had given her, the coworker, had gone missing. And she said in a little bit of way, she was a little bit smug, like, oh, it worked. Like, she was happy about that. But she didn't realize the extent of what had happened to the puppy. I guess it got out, and a neighbor's German Shepherd, now this is a small dog, a neighbor's German Shepherd tore it to pieces. This was a puppy that she was there when it was born. So she had a little bit, she has a soft spot for small dogs, obviously. But she told me, she was like, Shannon, that shit comes with a price. And I truly believe that demons will fulfill any kind of spell happily, because they know it will come back on you twofold. She said she cried her eyes out for days. Just the horrifying thought of this little puppy that everybody loved, had no part of any of the drama, had nothing to do with it, innocent. It's just a pet. It's just a little puppy that just is happy to have kibbles and bits. Torn apart by a German Shepherd. And she said the other weird part was that German Shepherd had lived there for years. It never displayed any act of violence. The family had little kids. It never did anything to the kids. Just out of the blue, attacked a small dog and tore it apart. Now, I don't know how much of that is true, but I believe the turn of events is real. Be careful. Do not wish ugliness on your enemies. Don't ever wish anything negative. As a matter of fact, somebody does you wrong, wish them well. Wish them better. Wish a way to find a way to help them. Wish that God would touch their hearts and change them. I think a lot of people did that for me. I know I bullied a lot of kids when I was in school, and I know some of them have grown into good Christian adults because I'm friends with them now. I'll never know. I may know someday, but I'll never know if some of them prayed for my redemption, and I'm glad they did. Let's think of it this way. If you wish evil on someone, it'll bounce right off them and come back at you tenfold. But if you wish good on somebody, even somebody who did you the worst wrong, it will absorb into them directly, maybe tenfold. But I was freaked out to hear that story, and I knew I had to share it because it is such a knee-jerk reaction for all of us to get angry and just hope they break their ankle on their next jog. Or I hope your pillow is never cool when you flip it over. I hope you break a tooth on a cherry. It's so petty. Just thinking of things like that sounds petty. It sounds comical in a way, but if you think of what you're actually enticing a real demon to do work for you, they're happy too. More than happy. Because it comes with a price, right? All right, guys. I love you all. I hope you all are loving each other and stay salty.